Good afternoon, good afternoon. This is Anxiety Exit. I am Kerwin. This is another episode, just like the continuation of self-discovery. Just getting better, just doing what needs to be done to elevate oneself, you know what I mean? I understand why people say take it one day at a time. Because things happen. Like you reflect on the past day, and you try to figure out what's for the next. What do you do on the next day? But so here we are, another day. Thank y'all for tuning in with me, joining me. I know y'all see me in my Top Flight uniform right now with my hair down and everything like that, because it's time for me to get it done again. But on my way to work, took a rest day from the track, you know what I mean? It ain't really no need for me to go every day. Just give myself a chance to rest. I'll be out there early morning tomorrow, especially on Sunday. Definitely on Sunday, I got to get out there and I'll run. But yeah. So today. Wow. Today, I want to talk about it. I want to talk about what anxiety is. You know what I mean? And if you ever wondered, because, I really didn't know what it was myself. I honestly really didn't know what anxiety was. But I have a better understanding of what it is now. And, I also, before I even get started, I want to give a shout out to my father. Love you, Pops. I mean, me and him, we sat down. We didn't talk too long today, but, just enough to call him, say, hey, how you doing, and everything like that. And I spoke with him, and, he asked me about this new venture and everything like that. And, I told him that it was just an idea, just kind of putting myself out there, trying to self-discover, trying to fight it. And we got to talking. And, I was telling him what was going on, and I had something happen to me last night. I'm going to just say I had an anxiety attack. I'm not going to go into details, but I had an anxiety attack. And, it did what it did. It took me out to the point where I was just like, you know what, I give up, I go to bed. And I did. I went to bed. And, I wake up the next morning, I'm relaxing, listen to a little bit of TD Jakes, you know what I mean? If y'all don't follow him, I mean, hey, it's good. Sometime when he be talking, I mean, it hits you. But anyway, so I do all that. Then, time comes for me to get ready to go to work, which I'm about to go right now. And I'm like, before I go, because, before I get ready to go, I get ready about like, maybe 2 hours, maybe an hour prior before I got to go. And after I get dressed and ready, I give my pops a call. And like I said, we got to talking. And, he asked me, he said, do you know what it is? I was like, what? He said, anxiety. Do you know what it is? And I said, not really, no. And he said that it's fear. It's a fear. It's something that you actually, it's something that you're making up in your mind, your fearful thoughts, and it becomes reality of you, but it doesn't exist. It's not there. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's just fear. And the thing about it is, he told me he had anxiety, so I got a little bit of that from him as well. But, he fought it because he started to understand exactly what it was. And I'm starting to understand what it is. But, I mean, it's still hard. Don't get me wrong. It's definitely still hard to try to, conquer something like that, because, fear will stop you. Fear will bring you to your knee, because if you're scared, it's hard to go on. But it's like, when we do this to ourselves, and I say to ourselves because, whatever we may be thinking about, like I said, that whatever we may be thinking about, and as soon as we have one negative thought, we infatuate ourselves and dive into that negative thought, and then now all of a sudden that negative thought is what is happening. But no one ever said it was happening. No one ever said that was what was truly going on. No one said that. That's you doing that to yourself. That's you telling yourself that, this is about to happen, and I kind of have a mantra about that now. After me and my pops talked about it, now I'm like to myself, well, prove it, try it out. Like, I'm not even gonna say try it out, but I'm just thinking to myself, I'm gonna try it out. Like, I'm saying, I'm gonna try to prove it to myself. And if I can't prove it, then, if I can't prove it, if I have no means of proving it, if there's no way for me to prove it, then, therefore, it's not happening. It doesn't exist. Could it possibly happen? I don't know. It could possibly happen. Anything is possible, but why dwell on something that's gonna hurt you? You know what I'm saying? Why would you want to actually concentrate or, think about how you can be hurt? You know what I mean? It's no need to do that. It's anxiety. It's really anxiety. And, my dad, like, he was talking to me because, again, like I said, when he told me about what it was and everything, and, I had said some stuff to him about what happened in my past all the way up to this point and how it all feels the same and stuff like that. I'm going off of what happened before. I'm going off of history, and I'm going off of stuff like that. You can't cheat yourself like that. You're living in the present, and you're looking towards your future. And I'm living in the present, and I'm looking towards my future. And no one has done anything to me to make those thoughts relevant, to make me feel and believe that these negative thoughts, my phone, man, but nothing has happened to the point where I should feel that these negative thoughts, because all they are really just negative thoughts. Nothing has actually happened to where I need to believe that this is going to happen. So it's just fear itself. That's all it is. And I'm gonna just try to prove it, to just to kind of discourage the fact that it is anxiety. Just try to discourage the fact of what I'm trying to think of. Like, I don't think I'm saying that right, but just to kind of let myself know that if I can't prove it, then there's no need that I shouldn't have such a deep belief into it. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna try to start doing that, because we all get discouraged, and I think that's a lot of it too, because when we get discouraged and stuff like that, we tend to think, oh, this is the end, this is what it's gonna be, because I can't do it, it won't happen, or just something, or that person's doing that, and this is that, and whatever the case may be. It's just that we fixate on that negative, and we just gotta try not to do that. That's what it all boils down to. I mean, of course, it's easier said than done, but that's why I'm kind of making this, to kind of reflect on this, because one thing, the hardest thing to do, in my personal opinion, one of the hardest things to do is take your own advice. One of the hardest things to do, to take your own advice. We are all able, good friends to our friends in need and stuff like that, and we can sit there and analyze their problem, hear what it is they're going through, give great suggestions, and then turn around and go through the exact same thing, and it's like, yo, what do I do? You know what to do. You told them what to do. It's in your DNA. You know how to get out of it. You said it clear as day to that person and gave them awesome tips on how to overcome that. So it's in you. It's in us all, for real. It's in us all. One of the scriptures You know, God said, my strength is made perfect in your weakness. And man, if that's not true, like, my dad read some stuff to me today, man. And, you know, I'm not here to push any religious belief on anyone, but, you know, if you are at all into the Bible, I would say pick it up and at least, you know, read Psalms, what was it, 39. Psalms 39, and just read it, because that kind of helped me today. And you know, it was good. And if it's not Psalms 39, it's Psalms 34. I'm just concentrating on the road, and plus I got all this other stuff in my mind too. But if it's not Psalms 39, it's Psalms 34. But if it's not Psalms 34, it's Psalms 39. And I would definitely encourage that read for people that have anxiety, or, you know. But yeah, it's just fear. That's all it is. It's fear. And, you know, though fear can be hard to overcome and everything like that, though it can be a little tricky, we have the ability to do it. We do. Like, you know, shout out to my homeboy Otis, man. He told me that nothing in your life is consistently bad. I mean, nothing in your life is consistently good, but nothing in your life is consistently bad. And the thing about it is, I took that is just, that's being life. That's life. Like, you know, it's not always, you know, the devil attacking, or us going down the drain, or us losing control. No, sometimes that's just life. Sometimes this is just a part of what we have to deal with. It's just, you know, it's development. It's all character development, to be honest with you. It really is. And, you know, though I can say this, and though I know this, I still have my own troubles. I still have my own traumas. I still have my own fears and doubts and things of that nature. And, you know, it's hard, but we have to be able to burrow through. And it's possible to barrel through, because if it wasn't possible to barrel through, then none of us would be here right now. I wouldn't be here at this point. You wouldn't be at whatever stage that you are in your life. I mean, we wouldn't be here. So we have the capability to do it. So that's what anxiety is. It's just fear. And, you know, conquering fear can be hard. Conquering fear can be scary. Conquering fear, that's a whole thing. Like, that's a whole nother subject, I guess you can say. I mean, it's difficult, but it can be done. It's difficult, but it can be done. So yes, anxiety is fear. And how the old saying go, is nothing to fear but fear itself. And you know what? I never really understood that either. There's nothing to fear but fear itself. Ain't that what I'm doing? ain't that what I'm doing? Like, I'm scared of the fear. Like, wait a minute. Well, wait a minute. Did I just have an epiphany? That's all I'm doing, is being afraid of being afraid? Is that it? Is that it? Did we just figure that out? Damn. Okay. All right. But all in all, anxiety is fear that does not exist. It does not exist, and we make it exist in our minds. But, you know, unless you done hit the lottery for the past 5 years, 6, 7 years in a row, every day you go use $1 to go play the lottery and you win, if that ain't happening, ain't no need for you to believe what your mind is telling you about the negative thoughts in your head. Because, I mean, if you're not right 100% of the time when this is happening, it ain't no need for you to. It's no need. So, I mean, let's just try to incorporate that. Let's try to practice that. Let's try to, you know, when we have this anxiety, let's try to, realize that these are just our thoughts, you know, and let's try to see if we can figure out what we can do to overcome that. Let's see what we can do to figure out how we can get past that, you know. maybe you could read. Maybe you like me, like you like video games. You can go play the video game. Maybe you can, just read the word. Maybe you can. I mean, for you smokers out there, I mean, I don't really, and I really don't, encourage smoking when you're fearful like that. But if you can find something to do to relax your mind and take your mind off of what it is that you might be having an anxiety attack about or having anxiety about, I encourage it. I encourage it. Let's try it out. I'm gonna do it myself. You guys can try it. I mean, again, in the comments, I would love for you guys to give me some suggestions or whatever the case may be. But yeah, let's try that. Let's try it. But other than that, I mean, yeah, today was just more of a chill day for me. As you see, I'm about to take my butt to work. I work from 3 to 11. I'm a little late, but it's right down the street. It's all good. I'm working security. I'm like a couple minutes away, and yeah, it's all good. Because from where I'm coming from, they understand. But it is what it is. But yeah, I hope all of you have a good week. I hope all of you have a great weekend. I appreciate those who are avidly, continuously coming to hear what it is I have to say. And, I would really appreciate the comments. I would really appreciate likes and everything like that. I only really because is what I see everybody else do, like and subscribe and stuff like that. But I do appreciate it, but you know what? I think I would more so every time. Well, look, thank you guys for visiting. Please like, subscribe, comment. Thank you all. I appreciate the support. It's gonna one day at a time, but we gonna eventually get there. I'm eventually get there. I got things that I'm praising the Lord for and hoping for and waiting to receive, and I'm definitely want to see the better me. I want to see what happens at the end of all this as well. So I'm gonna be documenting this for as long as I can. But yeah, before this cuts off on me again, thank you all. I appreciate you. I love you. And just thank you a million. And let's grow. Y'all have a good day.